Okay, so maybe not for everybody else, but for me, something is yelling at me as far as like the Wicca shit. Because why does it open a portal? Where does it get the energy, right? But think about the energy that it took to study in preparation. Because while this might have only happened rarely, there's this genius type of mind that is in preparation of this when warring states are on both sides of your province, right? And you have to take the risk of placing a baby in a basket at a river that flows upstream. You have to not only get it to float upstream, but not too far, because the water, while it is moving downstream, the current on the top floats upstream. It's like just the very top, right? While the undertow is going out to the ocean, the very top is just coasting up. And you can get a baby if you were a nautical genius and you studied tide pools and currents and the moon and all kind of crazy science, right? You would be able to get that baby to land, like you'd be able to arc that baby, redemption arc that baby into a province where it was the people are more at peace and stable, that could take care of the baby for a while, right? These two rivers, the Nile and the Amazon, are both the two-dimensional diagram of a species of plant that, while you might see this is a bunch of weeds and flies and anacondas and birds hopping around, we just clear all this crap out of here, right? But it's a lily pad, right, in the Amazon, and it's a lotus in the Nile. And the Nile, it has the male pestils around the flower, so it's like, and then over here it has the female version of the plant species in a kind of a bicameral, like it's kind of like a splitting, like a, where everything is dichotomous, right? Everything is duality. Everything is duality down to this lotus blossom, right? And the lotus blossom in Patad Netter Unras, I don't want to, it's like a monolithic site that's indoors and the sun comes through and on a certain, like all scientific crazy, like it's the only time that your pineal gland would be illuminated, and it like landed on. Then they have this pine cone like they have in the Vatican, okay? So it's like, here's the last, and you get aspects that go on further to St. Peter and shit, to go into, because Ptolemy took that shit back to Europe and Rome and shit. Fuck. Get thrown off again. So, that's enough energy to open a portal from Wicca. And so the government keeps throwing that out there to the monarch butterfly sex kitten program, right? Throwing that out there, this monarch butterfly sex kitten program. Induced mass hysteria, like Beatlemania, shit like that. And they want him to become Wicca, and they drain the energy out of the Wicca and fucking tried to jump over to Paulo Mayombe. In the 90s, there was a rash of murders. Fucking power jockeys were having these little hitmen practice like rituals and shit in Mexico, and bring it to the finders and try to troll Russia back in the 50s and shit like that. Or do experiments on what you would call white people. We got to stop calling them white people because they're getting experimented on by government in cahoots with Anunnaki. So we don't have memory metal and shit like that. Also, Tavistock was trying to open a portal in the subconscious. They want 12 archetypal symbols from alpha state, and they put the initiate into deep trance and alpha state. They try to get them to scribble out these, like, and they try to see if there's any similarities, and they do over and over. Testing, just people just doing tests on people, you know, opening up, you know, trying to contact Horus, you know, inviting alien, demon, whatever, you know what I mean? And they were trying to start this meridian dilemma aesthetic acting troupe or street performers or whatever, like shit. It's a guys, right? They were trying to do, but they're still trying to do it. Like, think about, like, they can't get a movie out without telling you something that you have to take you, I don't know how long to figure before you figure out what shit. And that might not even really speak to everybody, you know? Like, they were like, what, I don't know what you're on and shit, but get off drugs and everything, and they're worried about you and everything like that. Shit, don't you think I worry about me too? And yep, vicariously or whatever. It's like, 'cause, you know, you can't. Never mind. I'm done.